Hello YouTube! Today I'm going to be talking about how I'm going to be replacing my passenger side mirror, which had been broken off when I accidentally had hit a mailbox. And I just wanted to demonstrate how this whole process is done. Here I have my broken mirror, which had popped out when it impacted the mailbox. And on the left side here, what I have is my replacement. So when you order these replacements, if you just want to go ahead and do this the inexpensive way, what you can do is you can actually pre-order the actual glass itself, and these will anywhere run from either $6 to $11 online. And so literally it's just the piece of glass, and inside of these kits will typically come a set of adhesive like you have here. So you get the adhesive strips. Now in order to do this, it just presumes that the plastic interior part, this came off of a Ford Escape, they all work very similar, that the plastic inner part is still intact, and what you do is you just literally pop off the glass using a screwdriver. So what I've already done is I've started popping off the broken glass pieces. In order to do this, what you really want to do is have two things. I would recommend wearing some sort of eye protection, either some sunglasses or some safety goggles if you have them. And I typically just use a screwdriver and will pop out the glass. Now before you start, make sure that you have protective eyewear, because what will happen is that this glass tends to flake. It's designed to do that, so it's a type of safety glass. But because it flakes, when you pop it off with the screwdriver, there will be tiny chunks of glass that will fly outward towards your face. So you don't want to get that in your eyes. So be sure to wear some sort of eye protection while you're doing this whole process. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is, if you look at the plastic housing, you can still see there's bits and pieces of adhesive. So I'm just going to take my screwdriver and just scrape up as much as I possibly can. Alternatively, you could use like an X-Acto knife, or if you have a scraper, you know, any of those tools you possibly can, just to get the remaining adhesive off. So let's go ahead and do that now. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a paper towel and I'm just going to wipe off the inside. This is just getting rid of any residue, so there's tiny little slivers of glass that are inside of there, just kind of flake off. And because I want the surface to be as clean as possible, I'm going to get rid of most of the slivers that are on here. It came off relatively clean, so you know, there's tiny microns of broken glass that are inside of that, and just to make sure I have the best adhesion possible, I'm going to clean off the remaining glass. You'll notice that I'm doing this outside. You know, I don't want to have any little pieces of glass around my house or in my garage, so I decided to do this out in my driveway. It's just something I could easily just sweep off. So looks pretty clean. You know, I try to do as good as you can, and you won't get everything, but the main thing is, like, you know, making sure that you don't have any large chunks that are going to cause the glass to pop back up. So, you know, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to start prepping the surface. So this adhesive that is provided with you, obviously it's not a full surface adhesive, but you're going to take it's a back adhesive, so it's both front and back. So we're going to pop it off. We're going to apply it to the back of the glass, and then we're going to just gently drop this whole thing right into place. So all you have to do is just peel these things off, stick it to the back of your glass, and then just go ahead and pop it on. So let's do that now. So what I did here is I took the glass and I flipped it over, and I took my adhesive strips, removed their protective coating, and go ahead and place them right on the glass. So we're looking at the reverse side now of the mirror. What we're doing, or the reason why I've placed the adhesive on the left and the right side rather than just like sticking it in the middle, is if you look at the plastic housing case for this particular model, you see that there's not a lot of surface area to apply in the middle of the glass, so it doesn't really make a lot of sense to go ahead and put your adhesive in the middle. you can see I have the most surface area on both the left and the right hand side. So I did exactly that on my glass. So I've got the 2 adhesive strips on my glass area. Now, you know, the manufacturer you get this from, I'm sure there's different types of adhesive that you can get, whether it's full mirror or if it's just the strips like I have. I have a feeling that this is going to be more than enough to keep the glass in place. So we're going to go ahead and just apply this. So all I have to do is just take this, set it inside of my casing, drop it into place. That looks pretty good, right? Get off my messy fingerprints. All right, let's go put it in the car. Okay, like I said, a little bit of pressure, just pop it into place, and it is officially in there. And I literally did not have to do more than a slight push, so there was really not that much pressure on the glass itself. But the mirror looks pretty darn good. So that's all there is to it. I think this whole process took me maybe about 10 minutes to do, and that includes the ordering online. So good luck to you, and drop me any comments if you have any questions.